Hidden within the rugged granite hills of Bihar, India, the Barabar Caves whisper secrets far older and deeper than conventional history dares acknowledge. Traditionally, mainstream historians credit the Barabar Caves to the Mauryan Empire of Emperor Ashoka around the 3rd century BCE. Yet, these extraordinary caves possess an uncanny level of precision and polish, suggesting origins rooted in an ancient civilization that might predate the Mauryans by centuries, perhaps even millennia. Set within the tranquil landscapes of Bihar, India, the Barabar Caves feature an extraordinary arrangement of chambers intricately carved into solid granite hills. These hills, known as the Barabar Hills, extend roughly 330 feet and have a unique shape, resembling the smooth, curved back of a whale gracefully rising from the earth. This whale-back formation creates a dramatic natural stage for some of the world's most enigmatic ancient structures. Within this formation lie 4 caves: Sudama, Lomas Rishi, Karna Chaupar, and Vishwakarma. Each cave is carefully positioned along the granite hill, hinting at intentional spatial planning. Their entrances are distinctly trapezoidal, opening into passageways that lead visitors deep inside the heart of the solid rock. Approximately 1.5 miles northeast of Barabar lies Nagarjuni Hill, an extension of this fascinating cave complex. Here, 3 additional caves, Gopika, Vadathika, and Vapiyaka, continue the exceptional craftsmanship and geometric precision found at Barabar. Approaching the Barabar Hills, one sees only modest cave entrances carved into solid granite, unassuming and easily overlooked. Yet, stepping inside, visitors encounter a spectacle so profound that it immediately challenges established archaeological narratives. Walls polished to an astonishing degree reflect like mirrors, their flawless surfaces achieving a smoothness that surpasses even today's industrial capabilities. Granite, known for its incredible hardness, presents tremendous challenges even for modern artisans equipped with power tools and precision machinery. The Barabar polish, achieved on a grand scale across vertical and curved surfaces, defies easy explanation. When researchers analyzed the surfaces within the Sudama cave, they recorded an astonishing roughness height, RZ, of just 0.466. To put this remarkable feat into context, modern industrially polished granite typically achieves an RZ value of around 9.492. This means the granite surfaces in the Barabar Caves are roughly 20 times smoother than even the finest granite polishing, attainable with today's advanced machinery. Mainstream archaeology suggests Mauryan workers painstakingly polished these walls with primitive abrasive techniques. However, such explanations falter when confronted with the sheer precision and scale. No other contemporaneous civilization, neither in India nor elsewhere, achieved comparable results, raising questions about the true origins of these caves. The chambers inside display symmetry so flawless that, if divided into 2 halves, each side mirrors the other with astonishing accuracy, hence the Hindi name Barabar, meaning equal or uniform. To fully grasp the staggering achievement this represents, consider modern construction standards. Today, differences of an inch or less between corresponding sides of a structure are generally acceptable, even in carefully engineered buildings. Yet in the Barabar Caves, deviations from perfect symmetry measure only about 0.1 inches or 2.5 millimeters, an astonishing level of accuracy that's nearly impossible to achieve without advanced tools. Furthermore, the floors within these caves are impeccably rectangular, featuring pristine 90-degree corners devoid of any visible distortion. The walls, rather than standing fully vertical, slant intentionally and precisely at an angle of approximately 87 degrees, a design choice far more challenging than erecting strictly vertical walls. The ceilings, too, feature impeccably centered arches, crafted with such mathematical exactness that they still astonish engineers today. The consistency in chamber measurements further highlights the builder's adherence to precise geometric principles. For example, chambers such as Karan Chopar and Gopika share identical dimensions and proportions, following a clear 2:3 ratio, 2 parts width to 3 parts length. This proportion also appears consistently in other chambers like Karna Chopar and Gopika, indicating deliberate planning rooted in advanced geometry. Moreover, the careful calculation extends even to the volumes of chambers, some of which are cylindrical or spherical. Achieving such forms with mathematical accuracy implies knowledge of advanced geometry and the precise use of constants like pi, long before these mathematical principles were formally documented historically. These astonishing facts raise compelling questions. Would ancient artisans have gone to such extraordinary lengths merely to create basic shelters or meditation chambers? Or does the exceptional precision of the Barabar Caves suggest a deeper, possibly more profound purpose? Perhaps one aligned with principles or functions we have yet to fully understand. If you're fascinated by the prehistoric civilizations missing from our history books, embark on a remarkable journey with our ebook, Prehistoric Megastructures. This nearly 500-page volume is packed with images and in-depth explorations of some of the most astonishing and unexplained ancient structures ever discovered, monuments that were clearly built with advanced technology from a time long forgotten. There's a limited discount on the ebook, so make sure to click the link in the description or top-pinned comment and uncover the mysteries that mainstream history refuses to acknowledge. The acoustics of the Barabar Caves add another layer to this mystery. Each chamber resonates with incredible precision, echoing sounds in such a way that chanting or humming within becomes a transformative, almost mystical experience. These acoustic properties suggest purposeful design, indicating a sophisticated understanding of resonance and sound engineering that should, by conventional standards, have been far beyond the Mauryans. Modern acoustical studies have noted that the Barabar chambers act like resonating cavities. The vaulted symmetrical shapes of the rooms and the hard granite surfaces reflect sound waves in such a way that certain frequencies are sustained.
Where are you?
Any sound produced within the chambers resonates and amplifies in ways modern technology finds challenging to replicate. Remarkably, low-frequency sounds can reverberate inside these caves for up to 62 seconds, an astonishing duration when compared with renowned acoustical spaces today. For perspective, the celebrated Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, famous worldwide for its acoustics, achieves a reverberation time of just 10 to 12 seconds. This prolonged resonance strongly implies that the Barabar chambers were not designed for ordinary conversation or casual gatherings. Speech would become blurred and unintelligible within moments.
Et en même temps qu'elle est très légèrement incurvée, elle est aussi très légèrement inclinée. Si tu arrives à ça.
The acoustic perfection, far exceeding functional necessity, implies an ancient understanding of sound's power, perhaps used for healing, meditation, or even more profound purposes that we have yet to fully comprehend. Modern research has already proven that sound vibrations can calm the mind and even heal the body. Equally perplexing is the geometric perfection found within each cave. Every chamber displays exact symmetry, calculated proportions, and mathematically precise curvatures. The remarkable consistency and uniformity across multiple caves strongly indicate advanced planning and precision tools. For instance, the Sudama Cave's inner chamber is perfectly proportioned and shaped like a precise hemispherical dome, suggesting deliberate alignment and design mastery. This level of geometric accuracy strongly suggests advanced mathematical knowledge. Could the Mauryans, whose architectural contributions elsewhere are notably less sophisticated, have suddenly mastered such precise geometry for these isolated structures? The absence of any transitional or evolving architectural attempts in the region amplifies this mystery, hinting at lost knowledge from a much earlier civilization. Interestingly, inscriptions within the caves attributed to Ashoka are surprisingly crude and amateurish compared to the sophisticated architecture itself. This disparity suggests these inscriptions were later additions, possibly by Mauryans who discovered the caves and, not fully understanding their origin, attributed them to their well-known emperor. Nevertheless, mainstream historians attribute the construction of the Barabar Caves to around 250 BCE, approximately 2,270 years ago, based solely on the inscriptions within the caves, as they reference Emperor Ashoka. Even if the Barabar Caves were 2,270 years old, this still makes them the oldest rock-cut caves in the world, which is truly astonishing. But if the Mauryans constructed the site with such astonishing precision, wouldn't the inscriptions themselves show the same level of mastery as the smooth, glass-like polish of the granite? Modern stonemasons themselves say it cannot be accomplished in the 12-year time frame dated by archaeologists, so it's difficult for us as alternative researchers to accept this established theory as fact. Modern craftsmen state that replicating the Barabar Caves even today would be nearly impossible. They believe the polishing of the walls could have taken decades, even centuries, given how detailed the work is. This mismatch is telling, revealing that the Mauryans might have been inheritors rather than creators. They stumbled upon these ancient masterpieces, awed by their inexplicable sophistication, and inscribed their own marks upon them, perhaps in reverence or to legitimize their own rule by association with such remarkable sites. Could the Barabar Caves be a remnant of a lost global culture, one whose technological sophistication was eventually erased by natural disasters, climate shifts, or cultural upheaval? Given the extraordinary nature of Barabar, one must consider what sort of technology might have facilitated their construction. The mirror-like granite surfaces could indicate some form of high-speed abrasive polishing, ultrasonic techniques, or even chemical polishing methods now lost to history. The exactness of geometry and acoustics suggests sophisticated tools capable of precise measurements and alignments. Indeed, modern experiments in ultrasonic drilling and high-heat polishing show how such surfaces might have been created. While no direct archaeological evidence of such technology has yet emerged, the enduring mystery of Barabar's polish strongly supports the possibility of forgotten tools or techniques. In a way, the Barabar Caves resemble giant architectural eggs, plain on the outside, but inside they harbor perfectly oval and curved spaces. Finally, one cannot ignore the intricate entrance of the Lomas Rishi Cave, which is a work of art in itself. Carved to imitate the facade of a thatched wooden hut, it features an ogi-shaped chaitya arch with rows of relief-carved elephants marching toward stupas. This ornamental gateway, the only elaborately decorated exterior at Barabar, demonstrates that the Mauryan craftsmen who later decorated the entrance were equally adept at fine carving as these prehistoric builders were in granite polishing. The original prehistoric design of the doorways of Barabar is the distinctively shaped trapezoidal doorways, a striking architectural feature that, strangely, could be found all across the globe in advanced ancient megalithic constructions. Similar trapezoidal entrances can be observed thousands of miles away in Egypt and Peru. Such parallels across continents raise compelling questions about a shared architectural language, hinting at a lost or globally dispersed ancient civilization possessing sophisticated construction principles. Equally intriguing is the unparalleled precision and polish found within the Barabar Caves themselves. This extraordinary mirror-like granite finish closely mirrors the legendary polishing techniques displayed at Egypt's Serapeum of Saqqara. The immense granite sarcophagi in the Serapeum exhibit an astonishing smoothness, precision, and quality of polish virtually identical to that seen within the Barabar Caves. Both sites defy explanation by conventional historical methods, suggesting the intriguing possibility that the builders at Barabar and the Egyptian Serapeum might have shared common technology, knowledge, or even belonged to a single advanced civilization whose techniques have since vanished from human memory. Not surprisingly, the Serapeum is also dated based on the rough carvings on the perfectly polished granite, which were undoubtedly added thousands of years later. With their unparalleled polish, acoustics, and geometry, the Barabar Caves occupy a unique place in India's ancient heritage, one that conventional explanations only partly illuminate. Mainstream history attributes the caves to the skill of Mauryan artisans, possibly aided by techniques learned from Persian stonemasons. Yet so much about Barabar seems out of place for its time that alternative theories naturally arise. How did a technology appear so suddenly and vanish so completely? Could there have been an even earlier repository of knowledge that Ashoka tapped into? Some researchers point to hints of advanced stoneworking in prehistoric India, Neolithic polished stone axes, for instance, but acknowledge that there is no trace of evolution from those small tools to the grand polished caves of Barabar. It is as if the Barabar technique was a standalone achievement or part of a legacy that left few other traces. One tantalizing idea is that Barabar represents a vestige of a lost civilization or a higher knowledge. Proponents of this view suggest that the cave's creators might have possessed tools or methods far beyond the standard iron chisels and abrasives assumed by archaeologists. They speculate about the use of advanced alloys for tools, secret formulas for polishing compounds, or even sonic drilling techniques handed down from an earlier age. While such ideas remain unproven, Barabar's almost eerie perfection gives them a compelling allure. The polish achieved on such a hard rock on such a large scale has in many ways no parallel in later Indian architecture, a fact that begs the question of why no one else, in thousands of years, replicated this feat. If it were simply a matter of extra labor or imperial resources, we might expect at least a few other examples. Instead, Barabar stands virtually alone. Crucially, none of these more exotic theories diminish the achievement of the Mauryan craftsmen. On the contrary, they underscore how advanced those builders were. Whether through extraordinary skill, unique knowledge transfer, or some forgotten technology, the fact remains that humans over 2 millennia ago achieved something at Barabar that still elicits wonder today. The caves force us to reconsider the technical ceiling of ancient societies. They hint that perhaps ancient India, often celebrated for spiritual and literary accomplishments, may also harbor secrets of high science and technology waiting to be recognized.